When the new person starts, what you want to do is to give them a copy of the Proven Plan audio. In fact, I purchased several of those audio sets. And when the new person enrolls, I would give them a copy or lend them a copy of the Proven Plan audios. And I will have them order a copy for themselves. And when they get their copy, then they can replace the copy of the Proven Plan audio CDs. This will allow them to get the training immediately from day one, as soon as they enroll in the business.
Well, I can't tell you how many times I've had people come up to me and say, I've been doing this business for 2 months or 3 months or 6 months or 8 months, and nothing clicked until I got the Proven Plan. And I started listening to those and I said, oh, I need to be doing this, or oh, I need to be doing that, or oh, I shouldn't be doing this. This audio program teaches you how to be a professional. And so you have to put it in your hands. Not only your hands, but every single person who comes into your group. Let me take that back. Only the people that you want to be successful. It's like that old line, right? Only brush the teeth that you want to save, or something like that. That's what I tell my kids. You don't have to brush all your teeth. You don't have to floss all your teeth, only the ones that you want to keep, right? You don't need to have every person in your organization listen to the Proven Plan. Only those who you want to be successful. Only those who you want to get started on the right foot. And, as we look at that, as we look at experience after experience after experience, not just the people, but the groups, the teams. Because again, this business is about exponential growth. It's not linear growth. It's not 1 + 1 = 2 or 2 + 2 = 4. It's 2 × 2 × 2 × 2. And you start to get exponential growth. And when you have knowledge is power, right? When you have knowledge that is then exponentially growing and diffusing throughout your entire group, then you start to see some of the benefits that only come when you're working in this industry. That's why every single person in your group needs to have a copy of the Proven Plan.
So what you're saying is that every person needs it, right?
Is that what I just said?
Not just the people that you want to see or want them to become successful, but everyone, because you care about everyone. So good. So get a copy, buy some extra copies, have it at home, and when the new person enrolls, lend them a copy, have them order their copy, and when they get their copy back, they can replace it. Another important thing is daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly training. I mean, this business is all about self-improvement, and the better we can get, the more professional that we can educate ourselves to be, but the more educated we are, the more professional we can be in this business.
Well, and it's because it's a system. Like all things that perpetuate, they're based on systems. This isn't by chance. This isn't by luck. This isn't just something that occurs. All right. This is something that you plan and that you create. And that's why you create on a schedule what you are committed to doing. And as you do that and you lead by example, you will find people who will follow you. They will be at that yearly convention. Why? Because they were at that quarterly Elite Academy. Why? Because they were at that monthly
Premier School.
Right.
Super Saturday training.
And why? Because they were daily listening to the Proven Plan, because they were daily dialing into the blueprint.
And they were on the weekly Proven Plan training calls every Saturday. And to get a schedule of that, just go to www.bigbluecalendar.com to get the dial-in information.
Well, and when you lead your group by example, you look around and you find that people will follow, because people want to follow leaders.
So if you look at all the groups that are growing across the country and across the world, those groups that are using the training, the Proven Plan CDs, their groups are growing. And not just the Proven Plan CDs. Again, we have daily training. We have weekly trainings. We have monthly trainings, quarterly trainings, and our yearly events. And it's a system that if you plug into that system of education, that's when you're going to see the biggest growth.
Well, and this business is an events-driven business. Whether that's on the minute scale, on the daily scale, right? Or whether it's on the macro scale, on the big scale, every year. But the key is to put it all together. And that's why you lead your team to a yearly convention. And the reason that they come to that yearly convention is because they've already had the experience of being at a quarterly event, Elite Academy, every single quarter. But they're used to that, and they're looking for that next event because they've been dialed into a monthly system, a monthly event in a premier training school or a Super Saturday. And they understand that because they've been involving themselves every single week into a weekly event, a weekly training program, the Proven Plan training call every Saturday morning. And if you need more information on that or the dial-in information, that can be found at www.bigbluecalendar.com. And they understand that weekly training because daily they're into the blueprint. They're into the Proven Plan CDs. And so whether we look at it from the big to small or from the small to big, it's a system. And each one of those particular building blocks, right? Each one of those events is critical to your success. We're not talking about your personal success. You can kind of ho-hum and kick your way through and kind of get to where you want to go by yourself. But if you want to create a successful, profitable, professional business, that takes the work and the cooperation of a lot of people. And that's why you have to put all these building blocks together, event to event to event.
And the purpose of the event to event mentality is because we want to bring ourselves, again, from a amateur to a professional. And if I decided today that I wanted to be a doctor, tomorrow open my practice, would you come and see me, Seth?
Let me see your credentials.
You wouldn't come. Why? Because I don't have the skills to be that professional. So what these events do, what these trainings do, is to help you to become a professional.